What's up, everybody? Jeff and Jordan here from the Togethermess podcast. Tonight, we're having our live podcast at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That's right? 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Pull up your chairs, crack open those icy beers, and help us kick off summer live. And hopefully, we will have our cul-de-sac crew here.
That's right. We're going to have games, giveaways, and hopefully some fun prizes along the way.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Togethermess Pod, for announcements and sneak peeks.
Yay Media Group.
When does it come to that point? For me, if that was me, anybody calling me fat, I've always gotten called fat since I was on Big Brother, right? So anybody calls me fat, I'd be like, oh, whatever. I would ignore that person. But someone spitting on you, a stranger spitting on you twice like that, when is it okay to unleash? Like, I would have kept my cool, but if she would have spit on me like that, then I feel like gloves are off. I would have attacked her. Hey guys, episode 151. I look a little rough today. Today's gone by so fast. I woke up this morning and the boys were right by my bed. What are we doing today? Are we going to go to the movies? Where are we going? That is this summer. Everything's, ever since I took them on that trip, everything has to be planned. So tonight, are we going to go to Main Event? I go, no, we had a good weekend. We took you a bunch of places. We don't have to go somewhere every single night.
Yeah, I'm really tired today. I had a long day. We had a long weekend.
You guys had to get up at what, 5:30?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
I heard you.
Yeah, so just to kind of recap our weekend a little bit. By the way, guys, stay tuned tonight. We're having our live podcast. So this is coming out Wednesday. It's actually Monday when we're filming this. But tonight we're having our live podcast at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That's right? 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We have giveaways. We're going to be taking questions from you guys. So make sure you tune into that. And that's just an additional bonus episode that you guys could check it out. If you missed it, it'll be still up for you guys to watch. But if you can, tune in live 6 p.m. Mountain Time. But other than that, we'll remind you at the end here. But yeah, to wrap up the weekend, long weekend. It was the first weekend you guys were back in town. What did we do Friday?
We had a lot of fun. Friday was easy.
We went to the pool?
Yeah, we went to the pool, and I love doing the evening
night
swims because it was so hot. So at night, it felt really good. We didn't get in the pool. We just had some drinks. And our kids, they love it because they see people from school. They see their friends. And so they were having the best time. It's hard to get them out of the pool.
And it was a smoke show in Denver this weekend. It was over 100 degrees. So it was the place to be. Saturday, I took the kids fishing. So we took them fishing. You bailed pretty quick.
I lasted 10 minutes, I think,
it was
15
hot.
minutes.
The kids wanted to go so bad. And I'm like, listen, guys, usually fishing isn't great when it's this hot and it's the middle of the day. You know, it was like 1 o'clock when they wanted to go, and they were crying and they wanted to go, and the neighbors' kids wanted to go. And I was like, all right, I'll take you guys, but don't be mad if we don't catch any fish. I caught 2 fish, like 2 little bluegill. The kids didn't catch anything, but they're like, there's no fish here. I'm like, you can't. I'm like, you have to listen. You know what I mean? I'm fine because it's fun just to be out there, but it was really hot. And then after that, we took them to the pool to cool off a little bit.
We took our neighbor's daughters, his 2 girls, with us up there. And the youngest one, I think she's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
She was my escape because she goes, I'm too hot. And she was so cute. She had her hat and her little sunglasses and her water bottle. She goes, can you take me home? I go, yes. So then that was my excuse to get out. And then I went to the grocery store and picked up some beers.
Yeah. And then we hung out just with our friends in the neighborhood at night. And then Sunday, I was already tired from the weekend because I had a long week at work. I've been doing a lot of packages, and that means I'm running around Colorado shooting, which I love. So I'm not complaining. Busy's good. But yesterday I was tired, and I'm like, well, what are we going to do today? And Jordan's like, well, I want to take the kids to this trampoline place. You know,
Urban Air.
Yeah, they could bounce around. So I was like, whatever. I'm like, let's just go. And, this is the first weekend back with the kids, and I just want them to have fun. So we went there, and then the kids are jumping around. I'm like, these guys were having a birthday party, and I saw them drinking beers. I'm like, maybe I should have one beer. Maybe that'll make me feel better. I had a beer, then I had another beer. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's get out of here. When we're leaving, I saw this golf place right next door. Let's go check that out. So there's this place called Golf House.
Yeah, house.
Golf House or HAUS, whatever, how you say it. And it's basically like it's a little tiny bar, but each, they have like little bays, so you could golf in and it's all machine and you hit it against a screen, you play golf. Really cool concept. So we went in there, taught the kids, well, they never played golf, but we had to rent clubs.
I think they had more fun at Urban Air. We were there for what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
And this golf place, I think we were there a really long time because I happened to look down at my phone. I go, wait, it's 5:30. And they loved it. They said they liked it better than Urban Air.
Yeah, they got this cool little, so we started off playing like a regular golf game and they were no good. And the guy was really helpful there. And he's like, hey, I have some kids games, like maybe they'll like that more. So instead of just hitting the ball like regular golf, which I would have had more fun, they put up like this old saloon town and you barely have to hit the ball into the screen and it blows up the town and you get points. So it was like a game for them. But at the same time, they're learning how to play golf. But it was pretty pricey.
It was.
Because they're like, you need clubs for the kids, and Lawson's lefty, Leighton's righty, and then I didn't have my clubs because it was spur of the moment. And all in all, it was a fun day, but it's like some of those spur of the moment things are the best days.
Those are my favorite. Like no plans, you just go with it. And then after we did that, we came back to our house. I was making the frozen margaritas and it felt good on our balcony. And you and I were just like sitting on the balcony and just having the best time. And our kids were exhausted because I always know they're tired because they pick fights with me.
Yeah.
Lawson especially. And it's normally like I have to baby them, give them a hug, lay them down for a little bit so I can enjoy. But it was nice just sitting out on the patio, watching the sunset. And just like ending the day like that. Yeah.
Well, whatever. I was super tired at work today. And then I had to go all the way up north.
Where'd you go today?
I went to, I forgot the name of it, Windsor, Colorado.
I've never even been there.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
We interviewed some lady about the school district up there. And Windsor, it's a really nice area. I've never been there. And that's why I love doing these packages around town, because you go to places that you've never been, or you see parts of Colorado that you've never been to. And obviously me or us being natives, I don't know, but it's really cool because I get to learn the area, learn about little hidden gems, wherever they may be. And then when we're out and about, I can be like, oh, I know this place, or I know the owner here. So that's what I really love to do. But today I met the superintendent of this, I forgot the name of the district up there, whatever it is. And yeah, it was really cool. I got to learn about the school district, this brand new school, something that you wouldn't think is cool, but the lady was really cool, like that I was interviewing.
Yeah.
And
you're really good at those tape packages.
They're my favorite. And there's this place called Ted's, right? So we drove by this place. It's called Ted's. I go, oh, that looks like a cool place to eat. And there's this big like pond in front. And it looks like it's almost like, like one of those dock bar, but it's really nice place. And we were asking the people who work there, I'm like, oh, that place Ted's looks good. Oh, and they're like, oh, you never been there? And they're like, no. And they're like, it's a hook and cook place. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, you catch the trout right out of the lake and you cook them.
Oh.
That's how it is. Like you catch the fish.
You hand it to someone or you do it?
No, I guess you catch it and then they cook it. Hook and cook, it's called. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I want to do that. How fun is that?
When I was at the beach, I saw like somebody, they were like cutting their fish down the side. And I'm like, ugh, I can't.
Oh, well, I mean.
It just like grosses me out.
Well, whatever. I just think that's a cool thing to do.
No,
cool
that's
concept.
It's a great concept.
Yeah, so it's like
great
little
for you and your buddies if they come in town. So you need to remember that.
Yeah, hook and cook. And then there's this place called Buc-ee's. If you live in Texas, you definitely know Buc-ee's. Have you ever been there? It's like a cult following.
Somebody laughed because I called it Buc-ee's. I thought it was called Buc-ee's. And
have we talked about it before?
Maybe. I don't know. My dad, I think they built one, I think, out by him because he went and he loves it. But I kind of wanted to take the kids and ride by there just because it is so big.
It's huge. So yeah, whenever we do packages up north.
How far away is it from us? Like an hour?
Yeah, it's far because it's way north and we're way south. You know what I mean?
I would just that would be a good
Well, if you're ever up that way or going towards Wyoming, it's, you could stop. Oh. But anyway, so we just had a package there up that way last week in Loveland and came down and went there. And this time we did the same thing, but they have this, like, it's called sausage on a stick. and it's like wrapped with a tortilla. It's just so weird, but I love it. I get it every time I go.
So is it a gas station?
It's a gas station.
It's a gas station
with like hundreds of pumps. I mean, like you're like, what? And this is a smaller. In Texas, they're even bigger. Everything's bigger in Texas. Maybe I talked about it when I did. This was a couple of years ago. Remember, I went for DBL to promote the shows, and I was driving all around Texas.
Yeah,
I stopped by a Buc-ee's when I was there.
I need to go. I just want to see what it looks like.
Little Buc-ee's stuffies. Remember?
Oh, you did.
I brought it home from Texas. Yeah. But anyways, if you never heard of that shop, I don't know why people are wild about that place. I guess I am too. But they have like beef jerky, and then they have all these pulled pork sandwiches they're known for, and people, every time we go, we get sandwiches for the office. Yeah. They have barbecue there.
I'm always scared to eat food from the gas station.
But it's not like a gas station you think. They have homemade burritos and tortillas and breakfast sandwiches. It's like nice. I mean, you see the chefs like cutting it up and making it, and everybody there is like trained to be super friendly. Hi, welcome to Buc-ee's. Hi. I'm like, I got it, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just one of those cult places, and it's always packed, always. So whenever we're up north, we stop there.
Maybe me and the boys will do a little field trip and just go up there.
You're going to drive 2 hours to go to Buc-ee's?
If people do it.
I heard they're on the way home, we were chatting, and they said they're building a Portillo's here.
Yes, I did see that because someone I follow who lives here is from Chicago, and they said they're so excited. But you know what? I'm not that excited because
it went downhill.
It's not the same.
It's not.
I mean, I'm not a Chicago person. I don't know like the taste like you guys do, but just from when you and I would date and we'd be hungover and go get it, it was so good.
Yeah.
And it's just okay.
That's
now.
when the original owner still had it. Yeah.
And
I think I've talked too much about it.
When it gets
once you franchise it, you downsize everything, and I don't know.
It's just like Outback. I'm still sad. We rode past Outback at the beach, and I go, "Look, Lawson." He goes, "Oh, no." And he goes, "Grandma, they served me fruit, and it was lemons, and it just it wasn't lemons, it was oranges, but the oranges were so yellow." And,
it was bad.
But today, the kids and I went. It was the earliest I've ever been at a movie theater, and we saw The Karate Kid. And Lawson's into Cobra Kai right now. Oh, he was so into it.
Was it good?
It was good. I mean, I think it's kind of like a little cheesy, but it wasn't bad by any means.
Who was Jackie Chan? Mr. Miyagi's like relative?
Jackie Chan, and then
but wasn't he supposed to be Mr. Miyagi's relative of some sort?
I don't know.
Do you know who Mr. Miyagi is?
Yeah, from the original Karate Kid.
What do you mean you don't know? You just watched it a couple hours ago.
I was kind of like on my phone like a little bit.
Here's a little recap of Karate Kid. I don't know what happened.
No, the Lawson, it's cute. It was just kind of little cheesy.
Yeah.
And then Lawson, it's like, isn't this awesome? He did like some spin and a karate kick, and the boys were like, oh, and it was empty. It was, again, like I said, the earliest I was there, and everybody was super grumpy at the movie theater. Lawson goes, that guy snapped at you. I go, who cares? He'll go, hi, good morning. And then he just looked down and gave me a look. And he goes, your theater's number 17 all the way down there. And then Lawson looked at me. He goes,
oh, the guy working there?
Yeah. And Lawson goes, what's his problem? I go, it's in the morning. He's probably
dude, what's up? At Urban Air, all those teenagers, I was like, dude, snap out of it.
Because they want to be on their phone snapping.
I'm like, my kid's like dangling from a string over here. Like, because they were climbing. I'm like, pay attention.
Yeah, they just
I was getting pissed off.
They don't care.
Yeah, whatever. Time. I guess so. All right. Well, we're going to switch gears here. Jordan's got this little Southwest story, but this Southwest story that's kind of going viral.
Last time.
Yeah, but I haven't even seen the video yet. So when we come back, we're going to get going on that story.
Okay, welcome back. There is this story, like Jeff said, that I wanted to talk about, but last time you were really into what you were talking about, and I didn't want to interrupt you, and I just want to talk about it. If you don't have Instagram, Ian, our editor, is going to put the video on here for those of you who are watching so you can see what we're talking about. I'm going to show you the video now.
Okay.
Just so you can see it. But the girl is so rude. Well, actually, let me just show you the video. Okay.
Stay there.
Don't
Let me
touch
show.
people.
No.
Don't touch her.
No, this is where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't fucking touch me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Let go. Não encosta nela. Tira a mão.
Whoa.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, miss. Let go of her hair.
Tira a mão. Tira a mão. I'm not.
Andrea.
I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
I'm not touching her hair?
Listen. 911.
You need to let go.
911, bro.
You need to let go right now.
Miss, let go of her hair right now.
No.
I'd be scared to even get like involved, like because
Listen to what she says to her.
Let go of her
You
hair.
need to let go of her hair right
Let
now.
go of her hair.
You guys are already past
Let
the point
go
of no
of her
return. You're already past the
Let
point
go
of no
of her
return.
hair.
what is going
Let go
on?
of her hair, miss.
Y'all see me.
Let
You
go.
know what's going on.
Put her
This is retarded. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground.
Are they in the air?
Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass bitch. She can't even look. You can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat ass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed.
Who had
You're
handcuffs?
embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is Alana?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude who's never gonna lay it again.
Dude, they
Okay,
should.
I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up. My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy. You're joking.
What? What?
We're not doing all that. We're not doing Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Was that guy a cop? What,
Shut the fuck up.
how did he have handcuffs?
Yeah, put a face down. Shut the fuck up.
Are they in the air? Are they flying right now?
Bitch, you're so fucking
I didn't think so because the plane looked empty.
You never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's dick is like 2 inches big. That's embarrassing.
All right, I think I got
I'm
the gist
so
of it.
sorry.
And then she lays on the floor like a child screaming. She's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like a toddler screaming.
Wow.
Okay, so that's
I can't
the
believe
video.
I've never saw that.
Well, you don't open my videos that I send to you, but Riley sent me this just for everybody. So it's a drunken, this is from, Riley, was this from New York Times that you got this?
Yes.
Okay.
New York Post.
Okay. New York Post sent this. So I'll just read this for those of you who did not see
Today,
it.
Junior?
The drunken passenger who grabbed a woman's hair and spit in her face during an explosive meltdown on a Southwest flight is a New York-based artist who has worked with high-end brands like Maybelline, Steve Madden, Adidas, according to her online profile. Leanna Perry, a 32-year-old illustrator, was filmed berating fellow passengers and throwing a violent fit as travelers and airline employees tried to remove her from the plane at LaGuardia Airport early Tuesday. I won't read everything else, but okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. Someone like that lady was so patient. It was almost like,
Seems like everybody was.
yeah, very patient with her. But someone saying, you fat ass,
Yeah. And
Bitch.
spitting on them?
yes. When does it come to that point? For me, if that was me, anybody calling me fat, I've always gotten called fat since I was on Big Brother, right? So anybody calls me fat, I'd be like, oh, whatever. I would ignore that person. But someone spitting on you, a stranger spitting on you twice like that, when is it okay to unleash? Like, I would have kept my cool, but if she would have spit on me like that, then I feel like gloves are off. I would have attacked her.
You wouldn't attack her if she was pulling your hair like that?
No, I would have been calm because there were people around. I think spitting on someone is the ultimate disrespect.
Of course. But I'm
But
saying,
I mean, if she grabbed my hair like that, I would be calm. I mean, and this is like if I did not have my kids with me, right? Because I feel like you would act different if you were with your kids or not, because your kids obviously would be upset. Yeah, I would try to get her hands off my hair, but I would be a lot calmer. And if she was calling me fat, all that, that would be okay. But if she spit on me, I would have punched her in the face.
Yeah, but that's what they want. They want to be victimized. I'm sure I wonder if she addressed it like on her Instagram or something and what her excuse is for acting like that.
Would
I
you
wonder
not
if she
be
did.
mortified?
She should never be able to fly ever again on all airlines. They should ban her from the airport and put her on a blacklist and you never fly again. There's got to be harsher consequences because that's not the only video. I've seen those videos all the time and some of them look fake. Some of them look like they're
Like
staged.
if they're AI? Oh.
Yeah, like
staged.
maybe just like some actors putting together video. But I've seen other ones that aren't actors just like that. If you act like that at an airport or on an airplane, ban across every airline. You have fun taking the bus.
Right.
Like it should be like a law passed. Like you get one shot. If you act like that, you're done.
Right.
You're done flying. It's supposed to be a convenience to fly, and everyone makes it like this headache now. You know?
Well, my thing is, well, she's drunk, but you got so mad because the lady, her thighs were, she said she was too big to fit in her seat.
Well, I mean, if she has a job, she sounds like she's
There's
an artist.
no way
which is
she's going to
struggling.
have a job.
I would guess that her employer would fire her too if they saw that video. You can't have a person working for you that's like that.
No, I would
You know?
have to move out of the country. And the part you didn't see was after she throws that fit and spits on her, she is laying on the ground saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And acting like how our kids did when they were 3 and 4 years old, kicking her feet up in the air, screaming, everything.
But that's exactly, every week I kind of go off on tangents about people being the victims of their own circumstance.
Right.
That's her. And at the end, I can't breathe. And then I bet you she tried to file something to sue the airlines because she was mistreated or whatever her reason. And she finds some scumbag lawyer that'll take her case. And now that guy who grabbed her arm, who's, by the way, I don't know, how did he have handcuffs? He must have been like an air marshal or something.
I don't know if they were already, I think they were probably landed, I don't know, or about to take off. That's what I was thinking because the plane didn't look fully packed with people. That's why I was thinking maybe
they were
she was
off.
on.
But that guy, if he wasn't a police officer.
I thought it was like, what are they
zip
called?
ties?
That's what I thought
I thought
it
I
was.
heard handcuffs. I could be wrong, but I thought I heard handcuffs.
I was thinking it was zip ties until the police got there, but who knows? Maybe they have cuffs.
But if that guy wasn't a police officer, an air marshal or whatever, what do you do in that circumstance? Because obviously if that was you and that was happening, I would definitely step in. But I, again, would think that I'm man enough to help out people that can't fend for themselves in situations like that. But that's just going to come back on me. Even though the girl's 110% in the wrong, there could be some circumstance where they're like, you grabbed her arm and again, some scumbag lawyer tries to sue me because I just got involved to try to be a good Samaritan or a good citizen, which I wish more people would do. And I'm even saying to myself, I don't know if I do that now. I just don't know, because when I see someone, like I don't know what I'd do anymore. It would definitely go in my head, like, should I get involved in this because I don't want this coming back on me? You know what I mean? If you saw someone getting beat up or bullied or something, you got to step in and you got to help that out. But there's certain circumstances now where I'm just like, it's not my problem, man. I would love to help you out, but I don't want to get involved because now everyone spins these stories around. And again, they're the victim of their own circumstance, so they won't take the blame themselves. They're going to have to put it somewhere else.
Well, that's what I was kind of saying. Like, I would be super calm like that lady, even if somebody was pulling my hair, because you have something to lose. You have your houses and other things. You don't want some people coming after you, losing your job, things like that. When you're younger, I think that's why you do things you do. Like things I did on Big Brother, I would never do now because I'm an adult with kids.
Yeah,
and before
of course.
I had nothing to lose. I was 22 years old.
Of course, yeah,
no
yeah.
money.
You don't have to make
But I'm saying, like, if somebody, though, I would never fight anyone. But if somebody spit on me and was after calling me all that stuff, I don't think I could I think I would just go in attack mode.
But if someone's pulling your hair and spits on you,
yeah, how can you win that argument?
And
even
then
with a lawyer?
So what if you punched them in the face and it, broke their nose or broke their orbital bone or something like that? Are you not getting in trouble? because you inflicted the most damage, although they started it by pulling your hair and spitting on you. That's what I just don't understand what's right anymore. In my world, in my thinking, that's perfectly okay to do. But according to the law, I don't know what's right.
I just don't like that she is probably going to say mental health, this and that. And then she's going to
took some medication,
and then they're going to give her a pat.
Right.
And I mean, I think I have mental health issues. I mean, if you look at my medical records, it said, no, I'm not even joking. It says severe, what does it say? Severe something disorder on mine. When you look at
moody disorder.
No, whenever you guys, I'm not even joking. At the movies today, I don't know what came on me. I had a little bit of a panic attack, and I've been so good about controlling them. I don't know what happened. It just like started, and I had to take, I have like this, I call it my emergency medicine, and I took it, and then I had to calm myself down for a little bit, and I was fine. But you don't see me flipping out on planes, going crazy like that. I have
because they can't say, you know what? I need to learn from this and move on. I don't know what she said or if she addressed it, but there's always got to be some excuse. Oh, I'm a sex addict and I took medication. You know, it's like, what are you talking about?
And it's like, no, you just cheated on your wife.
Yeah.
You don't have a sex problem.
Yeah. And this, I 100%, you switched up your medications, or I had a glass of wine when I wasn't supposed to have medication. That's not who I am, you know?
Right.
And then everybody who knows her is probably like, that's exactly who she is.
Unless she was so... Could you imagine waking up the next day and seeing a video and you don't remember any of it and all of it's documented like that?
And then your life is in turmoil because you're probably going to get fired if you do have a job, like I said, and all those other things. And I wouldn't let her fly. She should definitely be banned from Southwest. If I were the other airlines, I would jump on board too. But that's just my opinion and philosophy.
I know people should start getting things like this, because you see it all the time on Instagram, like people fighting on
all
the planes.
The time. You see those videos.
People need to,
because you're ruining it for every
single
else.
Person.
Everybody else.
You know, when I was flying with the boys on the way back to Denver, I was telling you all how we got delayed. I mean, we were in Charlotte Airport forever, and then we were flying around, which it added another hour and 15 minutes to our flight because of the storms here. We couldn't land, so we had to fly to Albuquerque. I don't know if I said all that on the last one. I was like so tired when we recorded that podcast episode. But there was a lady, and it was super sweet. I was waiting in line to go to the bathroom, and she said, there is a lady up front. Her baby's crying. She thought we would have been landed by now, and the TSA threw away her baby food, and she has no food or formula for her baby. She goes, I'm coming back here. Can y'all give her water? Is there something that we could give the baby that the baby can have? Because she's kind of freaking out right now. And I thought that was really sweet that some stranger just walked all the way to the back to ask the airline ladies just to help them. But she had teenage boys on the flight with her that were sitting by me, and she would come back and check on them. But I mean, it was nice that a stranger did that for somebody, because I know the panic with the formula. You know that. When we've had the bottles filled with water and then our little dispense. Imagine TSA having us take that out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait,
they
now
let you
we're
keep
delayed.
that though for the baby food.
That's what the lady was saying. The TSA in Charlotte made her throw away her baby food. They didn't let her bring it.
What?
So she was walking to the back to get water.
No, I get it. Yeah.
For the lady. But yeah, that's got to be stressful flying.
Yeah. Well, flying is stressful because of assholes like who we just saw. All right. Let's take a quick little break and we'll come back and wrap this up.
Okay. Welcome back. So we haven't done voicemails in a while, Dear Krabbies. And I know a lot of you write me and ask me because you enjoy those. So we're going to do some Dear Krabbies.
Since we're so tie-tie. But again, guys, if you're listening to this on Wednesday morning when it drops, don't forget our live podcast is tonight, Wednesday the 25th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to let you figure out what time that is wherever you're from. But yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, we got some giveaways. We're going to be taking questions from you, have some fun surprises. So make sure you tune in for that.
Yes. Okay. So this is from Peggy.
Hi, Jeff and Jordan. This is Peggy from Phoenix. I called you once before. I have 12 kids in my family, and I wanted to call again. I see retired neighbor with a family of 8, which kind of makes me feel like I know him. FYI, he should be on The Golden Bachelor. He's very handsome and he's very nice. He'd be a great catch, and I loved seeing your neighbors. It was just fun. I feel like I know them. I know I don't, but I really love that podcast. Second of all, Jeff, did you buy your banquet Coors at Costco? My husband, the last couple times, has brought that beer home from Costco. And I wanted to tell you, when I first moved from Colorado to Arizona, you couldn't buy Coors beer in Arizona. So anytime I went back to Colorado, everyone wanted me to get them a case of Coors beer. And I Googled it, and Coors beer was not nationally distributed till 1986.
Huh.
Fun fact for you. Anyway, love you guys. Love the show. I'm going to call you guys and bug you maybe once a month.
We need to do that Coors tour. I've never done it.
Oh, I know. We've never done that.
Yeah. You should actually do that for your show. That would be a great episode, like a Coors tour.
Yeah, that would be cool. Just for people who've never been there or
Yeah.
haven't seen it, the inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could get, I think you could get Coors banquets at Costco, but now you can just get them anywhere.
Mm-hmm. We just go to you don't really buy beers at Costco that much.
Yeah, I do. I get Modelo's there.
Oh, Modelo's?
Yeah.
It's cheaper?
I don't know. It's like $26, I think, for a 24 pack.
Yeah, I think it was $22 the
28?
other day when I got you an 18 pack.
Yeah.
They go, and they're already gone.
It was a long weekend.
They're already gone. You guys, I made a really good margarita. I have been freezing them. I'll share the recipe on my Instagram. I don't know it's like the all natural lime juice that I use.
Speaking of Richie, that's where you got the recipe
That's where
from.
I got the recipe from. And he makes the best margs. So I'll have to share that on my Instagram. So, because sometimes it's hard to find somewhere that makes a good margarita. Where were we? And I got one and it tasted like just a lime. I felt like I was drinking. It was terrible.
I don't know.
Where were we?
I don't know. But the best margarita ever was at the LAX airport. Remember that
Yes.
Mexican guy was like so proud. He's like, "You gonna like my margaritas?"
It was
It's some Mexican place.
Latera.
Yeah, I forgot exactly what it is. But if you go back there, you'll know the guy because he's a character. He's this Spanish guy or Mexican guy. And he makes his own, he's really proud of his fresh squeezed lime juice and stuff. And those margaritas were awesome.
Was
like
this
no
before
triple
kids?
sec, none of that sour stuff. He just made it all with fresh ingredients. Remember his agave?
Yes.
He was so happy about him.
And
And then
then-
every time I go back there, like to California, I'm like, is that guy back there? I'm going to get a margarita
we were
from him.
hungover and we were like, should we? And we're like, oh, whatever. We're going back, I think, to Colorado. So maybe we did have Lawson then, but I don't think we had Layton, and we had been on vacation. I think it was after Rob and Carmen's wedding.
Oh, it might
That's
have
what
been.
we were coming back because this was a while
That was a
ago.
while ago.
And then we felt good on the plane.
Sound like alcoholics.
I'd never understood people at the airport drinking at 10 a.m. How do they do that?
I don't know. I'm always fascinated though.
But I
Like,
think if your time is off, if you've been, we don't know where they've been. That's what I always think of. Maybe their time's off. But when it's like 10 a.m. and they're sitting at the bar drinking.
but when you go like to Europe, I never forget every time I go to Europe, it's like 6 a.m. You get out of a train station or something and there's people drinking. Like all, wherever
But
you go
how
in
do they
Europe.
last? If you have to go to work or you got
I think some
something
people
to
just
do.
like have a beer and that's what they do. They
But
have
if
a
I
beer.
have a beer, just like one beer, I get tired. And then I just
I don't
get
know.
like blah and I just want to go lay down.
Yeah, I'm the same. If I'm going for it, I'm going to go for it. If not, I'd rather just sit it out.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not going to have one beer. But I don't know. They drink early in the morning. Again, I don't know where they're coming from.
All right. So this is from Victoria.
Hey, Jeff and Jordan. My name is Victoria. I am from Trumbull, Connecticut. I have been such a big fan of you guys since Big Brother. I love everything that you guys do. I am such a big fan of you guys. I am currently 26 years old. My question for you guys is, if you could go back and tell yourself, your 26-year-old self, any piece of advice, what would it be? Love you guys so much. Bye.
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question, Victoria. Thank you so much. And Connecticut and 26, that's kind of not our demo.
Yeah.
We're middle America and a little bit older.
Older.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
what advice?
thanks for calling in. That's a great question. That's a great question.
Mine would be because around that time we were living in California and I was very intimidated by everyone. And because I thought everyone, the way they present themselves seemed like they were so successful and they were my age. And I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. I'm not where I want to be. And I would compare myself to other people. But then now that I'm older, you just realize just because if they dress that way or they act a certain way, it doesn't really mean that they're any better or any ahead of you, and not to compare yourself, and that you're on your own journey. And if you work hard, things can happen. And that's something I wish I would get super intimidated by people when I first lived out there in LA. And I didn't have much confidence. And I feel like moving there, getting out of my comfort zone. So I went there the first time and I didn't stay long. I ended up moving back to North Carolina and then I moved back to LA. And the second time around, I was way more confident in who I was. I didn't let people intimidate me. I remember, because I don't really sound Southern anymore. Maybe if I have a few drinks, it comes out. But I remember when I was working at the salon, I could not stand when people would go, oh my gosh, where are you from? You're Southern. Like, oh, you're so cute. Like that would talk down to me.
Yeah.
Like I was a baby or something. And that was the number one thing in LA that annoyed me. And I remember always being like, I don't want to sound Southern. Like I don't want to say, and I tried at the salon, I would try not to say y'all, or I would try to say things different. So I didn't sound like Southern because I would get so tired if somebody sat in the chair and then they'd be like, oh, where are you from? And then I felt like instantly they didn't have any confidence in me. Almost like you're dumb.
Yeah, but now it's cool again.
But now it's trendy to pretend to be country.
Right.
And just throw on cowboy boots or whatever. And so, but I just remember thinking that. And moving away was the best thing because it gave me confidence and it helped me get out of my shell more. Is that a dumb answer?
No, not at all. I think at 26, you still have a lot of learning to do, even though you think you're a little bit older, and you think you're getting it together. I didn't get it together till my 30s, but I would say there's a lot of things I would say, as a piece of advice. But one is don't listen to other people, paint your own path, right? If you listen, even now, I would give that advice. If you're listening to people on Instagram or people that put you down, at some point, if you keep ingesting that, you're going to start to believe it. So hang around with positive people. If you hang around with successful, positive people, odds are you're going to turn out like that too. I think if I had to give one piece of advice off the top of my head, there's probably other better ones. I'd say be good to work with. That'd be my number one, because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail along the way, but failure is where I learned my best lessons, right? Anytime I failed or I bombed an audition or whatever it was, I learned something from that experience. Or if I had something traumatic in my life, I learned from those experiences. All the successes I've had, I appreciate them, but I really dwell. Maybe it's some sickness I have in me. I usually tend to dwell on my losses and how I could make sure that didn't happen again in my life. And one of those things was just making sure I was good to work with. I might not be the best person on camera, or I might not be the smartest, but I'll tell you, I'll outwork you, and I'm definitely better to work with. That's what I pride myself on, because maybe I'm not as good as the next person that's on camera, but I'll definitely try my hardest. I'll definitely show up early, and I'll definitely be a good person to work with and go that extra mile.
Yeah.
That was a good answer.
It was. Yeah. No, I mean, it's just like you said, when you're 26, it's oh, I'm an adult, but you're still trying to figure yourself out.
You're definitely figuring yourself out. Even if you think you have it together, you're going to have a lot more lessons along the way. Even if you are at a point where you're successful, you're still learning a little bit about who you are.
Yeah. And if you have any losses, it's don't get down. You're just learning from it. I had so many in LA, like different experiences. And I just like never let it get me down, even if I felt so uncomfortable and cringy and intimidated. I would just keep going.
All right. That's a good place to stop. I'll read a little positive quote here and we'll wrap it up. Adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yo, we don't like, I'm not even joking. We don't like plan these.
That's a
Set
good
'em up
one.
like
Adversity. This is, who was that? Victoria? That's for Victoria. Adversity causes some men to break, or women, others to break records. That's a good one. Again, guys, thank you for listening. Togethermess.com. Get some merch. We're working on it. We're working on some new merch. So hang tight. Just got a lot going on in life right now. And we'll get that out eventually. But again, tune in to the live episode, 6:00 Mountain Time. It's June 25th. If you're listening to this a different time, you might miss the live show, but I hope you do. Tell a friend and we'll have some fun tonight.
Yes. Bye.
Yay Media Group.